What's up guys, Vaping Villain here with another build tutorial for you this week. This week we're going to be working on the 28 zipper coil, and with me as always is Scuba Steve and Kodak Steez. We're going to check out the build, they're going to do some tricks, we'll let you know what we think, and let's get down to it. Alright, so to do the zipper coil, we're going to need some 28 gauge nichrome. We're going to need all your basic hand tools. I have my Coil Master kit here with me today. We're going to be building on the Twisted Messes squared, so we have our Allen keys set up here. I also have a pair of nylon pliers in case I need them. Most importantly though, you're going to need your drill and you're going to need a pair of toothless pliers. First step you want to do, you want to stretch out 6 pieces of 28 gauge. I made mine a little extra long and I'll cut off the extra when I'm all done. You're going to set out 3 pieces in each pile here. And we'll take one set here and we're going to load them up into the chuck of the drill. Go ahead and give them a little tug, make sure they're locked in there. And then we'll go ahead and grab the other side with our pliers here. Make sure everything's nice and tight. So for our first set here, we're going to spin clockwise. And then for our second set, we're going to spin counterclockwise. So make sure once you spin these, you keep them in separate places just so you make sure and you keep track and you don't get them mixed up. Start twisting your wire. You can twist it as much as you want to twist it without breaking it. Just make sure that both sets are twisted the same tightness so they're both symmetrical, so when you go to wrap them, they look just like a zipper. Alright, that one's good, so we'll go ahead and unload it here and then we'll get our second set set up. Now this is going to be the same thing, but the very most important part, we have to go counterclockwise, and that's what's going to create the zipper effect on these coils. Alright, and they were about even as far as symmetrical. They both look about the same. So we'll get these unloaded, we'll get them clipped and trimmed, and then we'll come back to the next step. Alright, so we went ahead and we got our wire cut down to a more manageable size. So I saved the other piece. We make more coils later on if we want. For this next step, this is very important. A lot of people skip out on this step, and I find that it adds a lot of performance to the build, and I think it's very important. So this is our counterclockwise twisted wire. So now we're going to keep the drill in counterclockwise. We're going to take our pair of toothless pliers and we're going to hold onto the wire loosely. You're not going to grab it very hard. Hold onto it loosely, and we're going to spin the drill, and the pliers are going to walk down to the end. Because what that's going to do, it's going to flatten off the round portions of this wire and really make it look like a zipper. So we'll get started with this, and you just work your way down nice and slow. And each time you do this, it takes more and more material off. You will probably have to make anywhere between 20 and 30 passes on this, so take your time, don't rush it, and don't squeeze the pliers too hard. You will break the wire right now. Alright guys, so we went ahead and did our other strand of 28. We went and filed it down with the pliers. Now I have 2 opposing strands set here in my vise, getting ready to wrap them. They're about 4 inches long, should give me plenty enough wire for a 6 wrap. So for this, go ahead and set your screwdriver down in place and use your nylon pliers to grab the end. If you grab it in the middle, you're going to leave kind of a kink in there, so you want to grab right at the end. And go ahead and start your wraps. And use your finger to stop the wire as you're wrapping in each location so you can readjust your pliers. And once you go ahead and get it wrapped, go ahead and pull up on the vise and hold your lead pull up with your screwdriver, and that's going to tighten up all those wraps. So go ahead and keep hold of it. It's real springy, so you want to make sure you're holding on to it. Then I'll take my nylon pliers and grab my one leg that I'm going to bend at my 90 and go ahead and bend it. And then carefully you can let off tension on the build. It'll open up, but that's alright. Another very important fact and instruction to make sure you guys follow when building this coil. Once you have filed down the wire with your pliers, you want to make sure either at that point or after you've coiled it like this, you go ahead and wash it. You can use a toothbrush, you can use your hand, use whatever you want. Make sure you wash it to get all the little bits of wire that you've sanded off out from inside of the coils. Obviously you don't want to vape on that and you don't want to create some sort of a short. So I'm going to go ahead and wash it, we'll get them installed, and then we'll be back here in a minute. Alright, we're back, guys. We had a chance to run the zipper coil, did some tricks with it, and got to vape on it for a little bit. So now we're going to see what everyone's opinion is and kind of talk about it for a little bit. First things first, I want to go over some specs. This is a dual 6-wrap zipper, ohmed out to 0.1, and they were running it at about 115 watts on a regulated box. With that being said, what do you guys think?
I hated it.
Yeah?
Yeah, we ran it on the regulated and I could not stand it. I wouldn't vape that.
It might be better on a mech, but I thought it did decent. I didn't hate it. It's not something that I would go out of my way and build myself because I think there's other better options. And if we are comparing this to the Fuse Clapton, I definitely think the Fuse Clapton outperformed.
It wasn't hot enough for me. I feel like I didn't get enough vapor production, you know?
Well, you like your vape face melted.
Well, lava to the dome, you know? Shit.
See, I don't know. I vape differently. I don't really trick that much. I think it's a great flavor build. I mean, I love that.
Yeah, it definitely does perform as a flavor build.
Yeah.
But this is for like an everyday vapor. It's not something like where me and Cody, we trick like every day.
Yep.
And we are going like, it's not for cloud chasers or something like that. I mean, it can chuck.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're running your box at 115 watts on a 0.1 all day, your battery's going to be dead pretty quickly. So you're going to be changing out batteries a lot throughout the day. And I mean, it's not practical for a tricking perspective. For me, I like it. I like to just chill and vape. I don't really do anything. So I mean, for me, it works.
Yeah, for like competition and stuff like that.
No, thank you.
All right, well, it's pretty clear that the Fuse Clapton won against the Zipper this week. Next week we will have another build for you and a different atomizer if I can get my hands on one. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. All of our links to our Instagrams will be down below as well as the links to the products that we use in the video today. Feel free to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later.
See ya.